Hi, welcome to a brand new video on the Targeted Individual Program, the Targeted Individual Experience. So lately, I've been getting a lot of the fire trucks, police harassment, basically mind control with the synchronization. So yesterday, which was July 17th, so my daughter goes to summer school just to get her acclimated to the school that she's going to, which is the same school that her big brother goes to. And yesterday it was like deja vu all over again, just like the beginning of my targeting, except this time they use a lot of police vehicles. So basically, every time I left the house, the apartment building, and I went outside, there was always a police car driving by at the exact moment. So, left the house yesterday morning around 8 o'clock to take my daughter to school, came out the apartment building, police car drove by slowly at the exact same moment that I exit out the apartment building. Dropped my daughter to school, got out the car, there's a police car driving by. So I took the kid's mother to work, went back home, got parking, there's a police car driving by. Like, okay, alright. Went to pick up my daughter, left the house, exit the apartment building. There's a police car driving by. Got to my daughter's school, went inside, pick her up, came out, and there was these three Hispanic women standing right by where I had to, on the sidewalk to where I had to pass to go and get into the car because I was double parked. Okay, as soon as I walked towards them, they start doing the hand signal. One stick her fingers in the ears, the other one placed her hand behind her back, as if, again, those are subliminal threats about being arrested. So as soon as I stepped onto the street, okay, and there was a bus that was parked up, and I was double parked alongside the bus. As soon as I stepped off the street, off the sidewalk, got into the street, turned to get into the car, there's a police car driving by. Like, okay, alright. Got back on the block, got parking. There's a police car driving by. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is mind control, right? This is synchronization. This is tracking, And so I'm like, okay. Went inside, and my daughter wanted chips, and I said, well, you know what? It's gonna rain, so after it finish rain, I'll go to the store and get you chips. So later on that evening, around 7, a little after 7, I was cooking, and I had to run to the store to get milk and to get my daughter her chips. Exit out the building again. There's a police car driving by, except this time it wasn't a marked police car with the NYPD and the police cars. I'm talking about the SUVs. Okay, so these are SUVs. Like I said, so this time now the police car was an unmarked police car. Okay, and I'm just like, wow. So I'm going to show that video because I was able to catch the license plate out of that particular police car. But this video I did after I did not the previous video, but the one before that with the fire trucks. And so I had to go pick up my daughter from school, and actually, was it from school? Oh, I can't remember. But we were on our way back home, and I just did a video talking about the harassment with the fire trucks. And so we got to the bus stop, and not long after arriving at the bus stop,
Yeah, just did a video about the fire truck at the bus stop.
Alright, this is the level of the ridiculousness and the harassment that I go through. Alright, and this is continuous. This doesn't stop. Okay, they may ease off, a day or two, but they go right back to the noise campaign, again as usual.
Okay.
And so,
see them from afar.
this is the next day now, I believe, after doing that video, and again, using the fire trucks again to do the street theater. And so on my way to drop off, it might not have been the next day, but maybe a day or two later, I can't remember. But anyway, I had this was actually Sunday. Yes, this was Sunday. So I was on my way over to Pam to drop off the car to her because she had somewhere to go. And now you see how it's very dark. I don't know what was going on with the camera, but I suspect that they were messing with the camera because they didn't want me to record what they were doing. But so I had to go into the settings and boost up the exposure so that I can get some recorded footage of what they were doing. So what happened is that again, along the route that I go, they have this skit again. So you see the fire trucks, the SUV. Now at this point I was like, maybe I should make the left, but when I looked left, there was another fire truck with another SUV 1 block over, parked up. Okay, and come to think about it, I should have turned just to get it on video, but I wanted to see what they were up to. Okay,
Look at what they're doing. And I'm gonna pull up here because I was up here earlier, and there's another fire truck down that way. So I just dropped off the kids by Pam about 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. This hydrant wasn't on, but they do stuff like this. I had to bring some stuff back.
Yeah, okay, so that's what
for her.
This was the Saturday. The Sunday I also had to bring the car to her, so this was the Saturday.
I just come to turn on the hydrant and turn it off.
Now this is all skits. Okay, so now you're going to see some people now, if I remember, going to come and stand here. So there's one come out. Now, did he stick his finger in his ears? Let's see, I can't remember. Comes out. Yep, stick his finger in his ears.
So, why are they still blocking the street? Because it's deliberate. That's what it is. It's deliberate. They can go. They're finished. They're done. But they know that I'm behind them. Okay, now they're leaving. There you go. And if I had made the right turn, there was a fire truck right there. There was a fire truck and an ambulance right there. Okay? Yeah. Here they come out now. See if it's a fire. It's all BS. Street theater. All street theater. There is no fire. Again, they just have their civilian perp call them. You know, possibly say, oh, they're smelling gas, because they know I'm coming. I have to go back by Pam. And so,
okay, so
this is what
this woman here.
Now you see that woman there in the black shirt? Now she comes over, she looks at the flyer on there.
Okay, and now look at this woman here. Now she's looking up in the sky. Alright? So this woman here, she just came, stopped, look at the flyer, something about missing children and something like that. And again, you know, subliminal message, you know, indirect threats about my kids. Because, you know, lately they've been doing this stare campaign, looking at my kids in a threatening manner.
It's a missing child poster. Now this woman over here with the glasses, you know, here she is folding her mouth. So this is how they send you subliminal messages. Talk about silent subliminal messages. This is what they do. So that's just to let you know that, you know, again, this is all orchestrated. This is all planned. Right? There's nothing when it comes to being a TI. Remember, you see a lot of fire trucks, a lot of police around you daily. It's not nothing that's coincidental. This is a tactic, a coercive persuasion tactic that they use. A threat intimidation tactic that they use. Noise campaign tactics that they use. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why my video looks so so dark. Let me see, I have to lighten it up now. So one is going one way, the other one is going the other way. Okay, so that was the 14th, and this one's the 15th. And I had did this video. So
this
as
video
I was
separate. You guys have seen this one, but I'm going to explain this as
about to make the turn.
So I left the house, okay, and I was taking the car to the car wash. Okay, this was the Sunday, right? I was taking the car to the car wash, so I had to come around the block. And as soon as I reached that intersection where I turned onto this block, the police car just flying past. I mean, he might have been doing like 65, 70 miles an hour. You know, and I'm figuring is that because sometimes with the mind control, the synchronization, when they are thrown off, then they need to catch up. So so also sometimes with civilian perps, you'll see them running to get to the corner as I approach, right? Because it throws the synchronization. For some reason, the synchronization is thrown off, and so now they have to run to that corner now to stand there as I approach or drive past. So this police car now, you know, he was flying,
speeding. See it up there, speeding, just to get in front of me. Lights flashing. Okay, I mean literally he was speeding. Okay, synchronization. All right. Looking at.
Okay, now this guy here. See, as I approach, he was standing there waiting for me, and as I approach, you'll see him standing there. As I approach, tissue, and all of a sudden you act as if he's wiping his forehead, right? It's all street there. It's all
So
subliminal.
he came out there just to,
And you know, the minute that I drove past him and I look in my rearview mirror, he went back onto the sidewalk and continued walking in the opposite direction.
wipe his all because they know I'm going to the.
Okay, now watch.
All because
Sticking her finger
they know I'm
in her ears.
going to the car wash. Okay, so they're gonna stage people along the path.
Yep, this is what they do. This guy, you can see as I approach, touches his nose. You can see, watch. See? Let's go back again. Approach, touches his nose. I mean, it's ridiculous, okay? But you know, when you're dealing with a cult and people who have these cult mentality, and again, they've been also incorporating the color gray or silver, so it's a lot of gray cars making U-turns, and you see as I turned, he was waiting, right? So you see, he was waiting. So I want you to look at this. Watch. Okay. Now there he is. He stopped, right? He literally stopped. Now, as you see me, okay. And then the guy takes his hat off of his head. They get all hands, all signals. Okay. All right. So this is the 15th again. This is after the car wash. Got on Pam's block. Got parking. As soon as I got parking, this guy shows up. And you see, he's looking at me, right? So he shows up.
Look at this perp over here. He's staring at me. Look at him.
See me move the camera.
Just pulled up and was on the phone.
Okay.
Now he's leaving. See, because he's
and now he's going to position himself.
He's still looking. He's not leaving. Look at him.
By the tree.
Look at him.
Where the camera can't really see him.
He got in between the tree and the see, look at
hand
him.
signals.
He's making his finger like a gun.
Like
and he's
it's
doing
a gun.
that. Yeah, gotta put these people on camera because I get his face too. You know me already. I love to expose the perps. So there he is.
Alright, now so I'll tell you the reason now they're using the Muslims. You know, he's a black Muslim. You know, earlier during that day I had posted something on Facebook of these black Africans black Africans that was tied up by their leg and hung on a gated window. And so I was like, you know, F your Islam. If this is what Islam is telling you to do and how to treat people, particularly black people, then F your Islam, F your religion. So of course they're gonna recruit, you know, someone who practices that belief system now, you know, because they're always going to get, every time you speak bad about, you know, religion or what have you, they're going to get someone within that religion, you know, regardless. But they do it in a very particular way. Whenever you speak bad about someone's religion, they would get someone, and they will deliberately target you in such a way that it's, you know, no doubt that it's because of something that you post about their religion. Okay.
There he is. As soon as I pulled into the parking space, he came walking up and stood right there, trying to do these hand signals, and I saw him.
Yep. Okay. So, in the beginning of this video, I was saying yesterday how, you know, with the police, every time I left the house, came back, there's always a police car passing by. And like I said last night, when I went out to the store to get milk and to get my daughter chips, again, as soon as I exit out the apartment building, a police car drove by. Okay? And this time it was an unmarked
every
police
time
car.
I step out of my house.
And just bear with me because you will see. Now, you see as I walk with the phone in my hand, you're going to see this guy here, he's going to bow his head, right? Because they know that he just got caught. So he bows his head. Watch. Hold on. Let me get it. The camera's going to shake.
Every time I step out of my house is
and let's get to this is
on my.
I was trying to walk fast, but I really can't because of my back. So I was walking as fast as I can, which is not really that fast, but it's faster than how I normally walk. Jewish guy again, bowing his head as he walks past.
Here it is.
You know, they know they get caught.
Right there. License plate.
And this is the unmarked police car right here.
3031. Right there.
Okay,
31.
So let's
3 GRS 3031. Right there.
Yeah, that was the license.
The black SUV. No, not the black SUV. The black Ford Taurus. So every time I stepped out of my house today, it was the police SUVs, and then just stepped out of my house right now and drove by, but a plain marked police car. So
okay, and so this is the stuff that has been happening yesterday. Now it didn't happen today, and I guess because they realized that, you know, I am going to be recording. Because yesterday, when all this stuff was happening, I wasn't recording. That was because I was under mind control. Okay, that's with the synchronization, the mind control goes hand in hand. So I was not even thinking about recording, despite of all the stuff that was happening. Okay, until I had to come to the realization, after realizing what was happening, and which was later on during the day, that, you know what, when I step outside again, I'm going to record, and that's what I do. Okay? So it never ends, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't stop. If you're a TI, this is going to happen to you, for the rest of your life. And the only way is to expose it, to let people know exactly what's going on and what's being done.